ask Coach this, but you guys have a big opportunity coming up this week. And I know, a lot of you want to, in your mind, say it's just another football game, but human nature is to realize this is a big opportunity. At NFL Stadium, top 10 team. How do you embrace that as one of the leaders on this team? Do you want to embrace how big this game could be?
For sure. You do want to go in the game and treat it just like week 2, and coming off, a good win last week, and wanting to expand on that and treating this as, just another game. There's that added big game feeling playing in the Broncos Stadium and bringing a top 10 team in. And I think the biggest thing for us is just to treat us as like a game that will put us back on the map and this program back where it used to be.
We talked a little bit after the game about the need to reduce some of the penalties. What does that effort look like on the practice field? How do you go about trying to get rid of those penalties on Saturday?
So a lot of those penalties were caused just because players were out of position and things happened that weren't supposed to happen due to that. So cleaning up fundamentals, going back to individual work, and going back to base stuff that allows us to play with more technique and put us in a better position for those things not to escalate and happen.
I was just curious what the emotions were like for you on Saturday, 9 months coming up from your injury. What was that like for you?
Yeah, it was an amazing time, amazing experience running out there, especially having the crowd back, having Ralphie back, running out there. It was better than expected. I was able to play a lot and, felt great flying around, and it was emotional seeing my family in the stands too. It was just a great experience overall.
Coach mentioned that Mustapha is going to be able to kind of work his way back into the mix. What does that mean for the defense, both on the field and in the locker room?
It's huge. He's one of our best leaders last year, and super productive guy on the field and a great leader off the field. They mentioned that a couple weeks back that was a possibility, and the whole team was pumped. And then they just announced again that it was final, and he would be serving a suspension. But we're so excited to have him back, and he means a lot to this team, and he's a huge leader on that D line. And having him back is nothing but great for this program.
Nate, how have you guys as a defense started to prepare for Texas A&M? Just what has your film study revealed about them, and just how do you guys go about just trying to contain that offense and stop them?
Yeah, they're super explosive offense. They have big O line. They got great running backs. New quarterback, but he comes in, does a great job, and then they're tight end too. So just focusing on our keys and playing the best matchups that we can get, watching that film and allowing us to put our players in the best position to make those plays that come to us. And not trying to do too much, just trying to play Colorado football. They are a great offense, we're a great defense, so I'm excited for that matchup to come Saturday.
You were once a young player that got into some games. You had a bunch of true freshmen get into the game the other day. How valuable is that experience from your experience of being able to get into games as a true freshman, being able to just feel that speed, no matter who it's against? Yeah,
it's huge. I think my first playing experience coming in was Northern Colorado, actually, when I was a freshman. Getting used to that speed of the game and the crowd and, how defenses are called and how having to react on the field. I think it's huge, and you always see the best teams in the country always have the most depth. And so I think that was the biggest part about that, was being able to develop that depth for our program and our team, and getting those guys experience. They were excited. They made great plays too when they're out there, so it was exciting for us to see too.
Nate, you've played next to a number of fellow inside linebackers during your time here in Colorado. I'm curious just what it was like playing next to Quinn out there. What did you see out of him, and what role he can play for this defense moving forward? Yeah,
Quinn brings great energy, and he's a guy I can trust playing next to me. He's a sure tackler, and he's a great communicator. He brings a lot of juice on the field. I think that's one of my favorite things about Quinn is, he's a competitor, and he's out there to compete and play, and he's been working hard to get into the position that he's in now, and he's not going to let that go. So I think playing next to Quinn is, I love playing next to Quinn, and I think he's doing a great job. He's going to continue to do a great job, and he's slowly developing into the leader that, will be huge for this program in years to come.
I'm sure you love playing at Folsom, but what do you think about playing at Mile High? You've played in a few of these kind of games before. What's the experience like, and do the players like it?
Yeah, playing at Mile High is huge. It does still feel kind of like a home game. You don't have to travel too far. You get a lot of home crowd. So I like that aspect. And then also playing in that, that type of stadium, you play college football to go to NFL. So getting that experience of playing in an NFL stadium is huge. And I know when I was young, I was super excited. I played in their I think twice. And so I know those young guys are excited to play in there and get that experience playing in an NFL stadium.
Nate, Texas A&M this past week, it rolled up a lot of yards, but you mentioned young quarterback. Kent got some takeaways from them. How important is that going to be for you guys in the defense to maybe create some opportunities for your offense in a game like this?
Yeah, that's huge every week. I think, win percentage goes up tremendously if you win the turnover battle. So that's a goal as a defense each week, is to keep our turnovers over 3 if we can. So we're going to try, stop the run, and obviously that's priority, and get them to throw the ball and hopefully create some opportunities that way. We've emphasized, getting the ball out and breaking on the ball in practice this week. So hopefully we do generate those turnovers to create an edge for our offense, get the ball back to them so we can create our own positive points.
Nate, you and I talked a number of times in the last month about getting over the injury and all that kind of stuff, but I'm wondering, getting into a real game, was there a moment at all where you just kind of went, hey man, I'm back? The bolts are flying out here, it's a real football game, and I'm back. Did that cross your mind at all?
That crossed my mind when I ran out for warm-ups. So before we ran out, for the coin toss and stuff during warm-ups, I had to kind of, step back and take it all in again like I was playing for the first time. I kind of just took a deep breath and was super thankful. And, it was emotional, but I was just nothing but excitement over me. And, seeing, at that time, the minimal people in the stands, but super excited to get out there and play the game that I love, that I've been rehabbing to get back on the field to play again.